The breaking news in the last few minutes that Israel has approved a plan to capture all of the Gaza Strip and remain there for an unspecified length of time. That, according to Israeli officials quoted by Reuters, who are saying the plan includes distributing aid. Those supplies will not be let in just yet. Yotam Confino joins us, Middle East correspondent and author. Yotam, just bring us the very latest that you're hearing on this, if you would. Morning to you.
Good morning to you. So two things. First of all, the Security Cabinet has approved calling up thousands of reservists to expand the military operations inside Gaza. And that is, of course, something that's quite dangerous, given the current situation with the hostages, something that the military chief also tried to explain to the ministers that they can do it, of course, go in and hit Hamas harder, but it will be also dangerous for the hostages. The second thing that they approved is that humanitarian aid will now enter Gaza, but it will be distributed by international organizations. I don't know which ones yet. And the security around the humanitarian aid will be left in charge with private contractors. So the IDF will not be in charge of the security aspect. And then lastly, what we're hearing now in Israeli media is that Netanyahu said that Israel is going to prepare the occupation of Gaza. Now, this is, of course, serious because this is what a lot of people have feared was his ultimate plan. I'm not so sure that they can actually go through with this because it would be a major decision by Israel to reoccupy Gaza, a major headache, and it would mean that many soldiers would have to be stationed in Gaza indefinitely.
And you think Israel right now doesn't have the military capacity to be able to permanently occupy Gaza, Yotam?
You always find a way if you have to, but public sentiment currently is not in favor of that.
Within Israel.
Within Israel, all polls show that that most Israelis are not interested in occupying Gaza, and a lot of the reservists who've been in Gaza, in Lebanon, in the West Bank for hundreds of days since October the 7th have come out and said they don't want to continue waging this war. They certainly don't want to be stationed in Gaza.
So if it's not a viable prospect in the long term, then what is the Netanyahu war cabinet playing at or hoping to achieve with this sort of indefinite occupation?
So Netanyahu is trying to keep his coalition together. He's got certain ministers in his coalition, some far-right nationalists, who their biggest dream is to reoccupy Gaza. So they're, of course, trying to strong-arm him into doing that. They've threatened several times with leaving the government if he doesn't, first of all, agree to destroying Hamas completely at the expense of the hostages, but also they want to occupy Gaza. So I believe that he's really now trying to just continue to cater to their needs to keep his coalition together.
Should we assume that this has been given the green light by Donald Trump in advance?
That's a very good question. I really don't think that Donald Trump is interested in Israel occupying Gaza. He's got a different plan for Gaza. I would assume that Netanyahu had given him a heads up on this, but again, this is not an official plan. He hasn't come out saying this officially. This is, of course, his way of letting the Israeli public know that this is the direction we're headed in by leaking things from the Security Cabinet meeting.